You staying tonight?
Well, I was.
Yes, great. No, I mean, I want you to. I was just conspicuously not taking anything for granted, you know. Thought I might get some marks for that.
Idiot. Do you want some coffee?
Please. Listen. Thanks for helping me clear this place up.
Well, I quite enjoyed it. Doing your housework certainly gives you a sense of achievement. A bit like an outward bound course.
Yes.
Especially enjoyed Miss Havisham's room.
What?
You know, the front room upstairs. The one you haven't touched since your wedding day. The dust itself wasn't of sentimental value, was it? Because I've removed a few hundredweight of it.
Are you going to warm to this theme at all, or did you just want to mention it in passing?
Well, you are so untidy, Philip.
Oh, that's what you're trying to say.
I mean, you are practically squalid, Philip. How would you like your coffee?
Black, please, no sugar. In a chipped cup with a bit slopped in the saucer. So, this romance that we're having is foundering on the rocks of my squalor, is it?
Well, no. But this is your place. You like living in a fully fitted rubbish dump with wall-to-wall dust, that's fine. But I keep my place the way I like.
Yes.
Well, Philip, we've both emerged from disastrous marriages. We're neither of us looking for...
hasty commitment. No.
It's like you said. We don't take each other for granted. You've got your life and I've got mine.
Yes.
I mean, we did discuss this at great length before we first succumbed to the lusts of the flesh, as I remember.
Yes. Yes, well, I certainly remember the succumbing, anyway. My God, the irony of life.
What?
I seem to remember going from puberty to my wedding day, vainly searching for a conversation much like we've just had. Uh-huh. Are you all packed for tomorrow?
I am.
'Tis bedtime now, isn't it?
Well, yes, I've got to be up early. Why?
No, I'm just ready for a bit of succumbing, that's all.
Morning, Ruth. Morning, Napoli.
Morning.
Morning.
I'm on the heart diet.
What's that?
It's the stiffest sentence a GP can pass on you off his own bat.
What does it entail?
Just cutting out a few things.
Uh-huh.
Like milk, cheese, eggs, butter and cream. Salt, nuts, pork, kidneys, bacon. Prawns, crab, shrimps, lobster.
Dear me.
Beef, mutton. Biscuits, pastries, cake, sugar, chocolates. Did I mention liver?
No.
White flour, avocados, coconuts, sausages, pies, ketchup, salad dressings, calves, brains, and tripe. Otherwise, I can eat what I like. In small amounts. So I'm in an absolutely bloody mood. I'm in search of some inferior I can kick. Where's the British disease?
He doesn't appear to be in yet.
No. Well, fair dues. He had a hard day yesterday. Stayed here till well after lunch. We mustn't expect too much. God almighty! God almighty! Oh, I remember the old days, you know, when you could sack people. Oh, yes, if you gave up working for a few years like our friend here, people were definitely inclined to show you the door. Well, when he arrives, tell him I'd like a word, would you?
Yes.
You know, as soon as he's had his nap.
Family trouble?
I expect so.
Morning, Napoli.
Good heavens, Ruth, you here already? I had no idea it was so late. I must be getting on.
The old man's looking for you and he's not in a good mood.
Oh, God, what have I done now?
Well, nothing. That's the trouble.
Ruth, when the gentleman of leisure finally deigns to honour us... Oh, you're here, Ruth. How nice of you to look in.
I'm sorry I'm a bit late.
My dear chap, don't think of it. You're here now. That's the important thing. Were you thinking of stopping at all?
Yes.
Oh, excellent. Because you remember that Trojan Pharmaceuticals policy I asked you to look at last week?
Yes?
Yes, well, looking at it seems to be just about all you did do. I'd rather hope for more than that. It has now become urgent. I will go and fetch it and we will go through it together. Stay here. I shall be back shortly.
Claims analysis. Oh, hello, how are you? Ha, yes, you did. I brought it in. Well, I thought I could bring it to you. What? No, I haven't. We're talking about your makeup bag, Liz. Yes, well, I haven't looked inside. I was okay for mascara this morning. Oh, hang on. Yes, they are here. Tuesday, it's Wednesday today, Liz. Yes, it is still here, immured in its plastic bubble. It's a bit risky, isn't it? Well, yes, I know, but I mean, the dose is very small these days, you know, and I read that you're extra fertile when you stop taking them. Yes, I know, but you see, Mondays is here as well. I really don't think carrying the packet around is quite enough, Liz. Well, of course I can bring them to you. Now, where shall we meet? Mothercare? Well, of course I'm not panicking. Good heavens, I mean, I know where we can get a pram cheap, you know. I mean, child allowance, it went up in the budget. Well, I mean, I watched a kind of loving, Liz, you know. I mean, I know the dangers. I mean, we succumbed a lot last night, you know. But I know I abdicate responsibility. Well, no, I wouldn't. In fact, I wouldn't take hormones every day. I freely admit it. I mean, you only had to mention it and we'd have sponsored those racing cars. I mean, this really isn't the time, you know. Well, what time is your flight? Yes, okay. No, without fail, yes. You haven't got time for a hot bath and a pint of gin, have you? See you soon. Okay, bye. Oh, God.
Just about to fix your face, are you?
No, you see, what happened was...
Oh, that's all right, Ruth. No need to explain. Your private life is your own affair. It's not for us to make judgments. One thing does surprise me, though.
What's that?
I really wouldn't have thought Tangier beige was right for your colouring. So, there's no accounting for taste. Now then, at last. The Trojan Pharmaceuticals policy only a month behind schedule.
Look, I'm really dreadfully sorry, but I've simply got to go and see my girlfriend. It's 1 o'clock in the morning. Who calls me at 1 o'clock in the morning? Hello, Ellen. Oh. Hello, Ellen. Why are you calling from a phone box? No, of course you can come round. I was so bored, I was just whiling away the night sleeping. Yes, no. You come round, Ellen. I'll put some coffee on. Yeah, okay, bye. My God, it's tidy in here. I wonder whose place it is. Talking to yourself again, Ruth. Must cut that out. Senile dementia before you're 40 is just too precocious a word. I mean, what'll it think if its daddy's a nutcase? Oh, God, please. Keep that spermatozoa away from that ovum, please. A few adverse winds in the oviduct, anything. I mean, a little bit of cramp in its tail, please. I mean, look at me. Now, tell me honestly, do you really want any more like this?
Who are you talking to?
How'd you get in?
I've got my key. What as I telephoned? I didn't realise I was interrupting anything. Who exactly are you talking to?
The Supreme Being, yes. I need a bit of help, so I thought I'd go straight to the top. You're quick.
Box is only outside. What's her name?
Who?
The new girlfriend.
Liz, how do you know?
This place for a start. Usually keep it like a bombed charity shop. Is she pregnant or something? I heard your little prayer. And I've got O-level biology as well.
A lapse in precautions, that's all.
When's the deadline?
End of the weekish. Would you like scotch?
No, I'm trying to give up drink, actually.
Really? Having any success?
Not a lot. I think I might be an alcoholic. I'm afraid that if I do stop drinking, I may find out that I am.
Have some coffee. Where have you been?
Well, a dinner thing. They paired me off with a VAT inspector. Oh, he bored me to death. To death. That made me think of you. So, you're going to be a daddy, eh?
I do most sincerely hope not.
No, you're too selfish for that. Too frightened of commitment.
Don't lecture me about commitment, Ellen. You did more bed-hopping during our marriage than a Slumberland test pilot. See, you bring out the worst in me. Now, I mean, why'd you call here, Ellen?
You pig.
Well,
You know damn well why. You're a nasty, vicious, self-centered, heartless little sod. We did have 9 years together, 9 years of unmitigated misery, I'll grant you. But it must count for something. You should be flattered. I am drunk, actually. The VAT man kept plying me with brandies. I think he thought his chances were higher if he got me drunk. I was afraid to ask him back in case he asked to see my check stubs and bills. Is it a real chance?
well, yes, too real. You know me, Ellen, I'm terrified of it. Any chance is too much. I spent all yesterday pricing prams and learning about leak-proof, high-absorbent paddy pants. I tell you, every time I stop and think about it, I'm very nearly in need of high-absorbent, leak-proof...
And wouldn't she?
An abortion. I don't know. And I just don't want it to happen. I mean, she forgot a couple of pills. Well, I mean, she's like you. She's ambivalent about it. She's childless and 30-odd. She keeps nest feathering. I mean, look at this place. She gets shaky walking past playgrounds, always looking in the windows of children's outfitters, you know. I mean, it's Freudian. Anyway, how are you?
No, I'm all right. Flat's empty. I'm a bit lonely tonight. I'd like to stay here, to be frank, despite the state of the spare room.
Oh, it's immaculate. Yes, Liz did it. I think she likes tidying up.
You're perfectly matched. God knows, you're practically squalid.
Yes, that seems to be the word.
Well, can I stay? Otherwise, you'll have to drive me home. The VAT man dropped me here.
Well, where's your car?
It's like our marriage, Philip. Irretrievably broken down.
Where's Supersonic?
He's just popped out for a celebratory cup of coffee.
To celebrate what?
Not being a father.
Oh, that. Well, that's a relief all round, isn't it? I mean, a baby one of those is terrifying to contemplate. Mind you, I do know how he feels sometimes.
Oh, are you still having problems at home?
Oh, yes. You see, Deborah is good, I must admit. I mean, she explains things. It's wonderful. If Dylan is fractious or difficult, she explains everything. She's so patient.
And you're not?
Well, not so much, no. I was carefully explaining a clip round the ear last night. And Deborah walked in. So, now I'm getting the blame for his latest phase. He started punishing all his toys.
Well, kids do that. It's just playing mothers and fathers.
Well, not exactly. He hanged his teddy last night.
Hanged it?
Yeah. Getting extremely sadistic. Gave Mr. Meany 500 lashes the other day. Well, it was only about 27, actually. He's not too hot at counting, but that's not the point.
No.
The worst thing was when he stole the bread saw and cut his action man up. He said he'd been very naughty. I tell you, Dylan makes the Ayatollah Khomeini look like a social democrat.
Is Deborah Welsh?
No.
I just wondered why you called him Dylan. I mean, it's a nice name. I just wondered.
Oh, no. After the singer, you know. Bob Dylan.
Oh, you're a big fan of his, are you?
Not exactly, no. Just after we were married, we went to one of his concerts, you see.
And it made a great impression on you.
Well, no. We couldn't get in, actually.
Oh.
So we were unexpectedly at a loose end.
Yes?
But Deborah's always been convinced that that was, you know, the time.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, I shouldn't worry. I expect he'll soon start treating his teddy better.
Oh, it's not his teddy I'm worried about. Ever since he nicked that bread saw, I go in fear of my life. All right. Not founded a dynasty, then?
Mercifully, no.
Have you anything for current evaluated?
No, I haven't quite finished it yet.
Haven't quite started it, you mean?
Nappy, why can't you just do your job and leave me not to do mine, eh?
I say, Napoli, got any decent coffee on the go?
Well, I can soon make some. White with?
Black without, thank you so much. Jolly decent of you. Slimy little crawler. You free for a few moments, are you, Ruth?
Yes.
Not slipping off to see a friend at all?
Oh, no.
No airport trysts to keep?
No.
Good, good. No, I wouldn't want to intrude on your private arrangements. Alice and I went out to dinner the other night.
Oh, yes?
Posh do. I watched Alice getting ready, from foundation garments to hair lacquer. It's a significant undertaking. Eventually, she tottered about in high heels, scarcely able to walk in her dress. Her face painted in absurd colours, framed by a freshly applied magenta rinse. "How do I look?" she said, pouting in the mirror. I thought, she's a punk. She wears bondage clothing, coloured hair and pins through her ears. "You look ravishing, my dear," I said. "You look an absolute freak," I thought. All humanity suppressed, all individuality submerged. Well, it struck me the other day while I was watching my future son-in-law putting his makeup on. I've told you about the shaven-headed Neanderthal thug who's impregnated my daughter.
Yes.
Yeah. But he came in an absolutely foul mood. Had a bad day's mugging, I suppose. Been bursting to go to the loo all day. Couldn't find a telephone box. Oh, that sort of thing. Things were getting him down. As there seems no way of avoiding him becoming part of the family, I periodically have a go at conversation with him, you know. A straight man-to-moron chat.
Yes.
Turns out he would like to land a decent job.
Mm-hmm.
Which, as we all know, is about as likely as you winning the Queen's Award for Industry. I somehow restrained myself from asking if he thought that rolling up to interviews with a shaven head, a blue Mohican plume, knee-length trousers, and the word brainless tattooed on his shiny skull was actually improving his chances. And turned the conversation round to finding out what chain of events led him to mistreat himself so dramatically.
Yes.
He grew up in a tower block in the East End. The origins still show. If you ask him to spell something, he mimes aerosoling it on a wall. And his parents don't seem to have been the most caring of individuals.
What did his father do?
Beat up his mother, principally, it seems, when he was there.
Oh, it was your actual broken home?
Certainly severely fractured. Father seems to have been apprenticed to a team of burglars in Rotherhithe. Spent much of his time with a fancy woman in Peckham. Mother was left at home. frightened to go out of the flat for fear of the gangs that roamed the corridors, no doubt numbering her son among them. She stayed at home and subsisted on a diet of fish fingers, Librium and John Player Special. When he got to school, the teachers were always on to him about how stupid and useless he was. I don't think the teachers were of the highest quality. I think by the time he got there, all the good ones had been knifed, beaten up, or run away to find a softer life in the SAS. Well, I mean, he is stupid. He makes no secret of it. Whenever he's charged with being guilty of some error, he always answers with a disarming candour, "Well, I'm thick, ain't I?" This is almost the only phrase in his entire repertoire that he pronounces without aggression. It is uttered with an almost seraphic comeliness. It is, I kid you not, Roth, touching. "Well, I'm thick, ain't I?" Lack of intelligence isn't a crime. If it was, half the cabinet would be in Parkhurst. Don't misunderstand me, Roth. This is a merciless thug I'm talking of. But then, you see, Alice is merciless in her way. If you ask her what should be done with such people when they commit crimes, her remedies begin with hanging and flogging and gradually get more severe. Now, I was very struck with the similarities between these two. I thought I'd come in and tell you about it.
Yes.
Because I know how boring it must be for you sitting in here with nothing to do all day. Thank you, Napley. You're a fine man. I've just been telling Roth here about my family trouble.
Ah, yes.
You've got kids, haven't you?
Yes. Boy and a girl. Angela and Dylan.
Dylan. That's a nice name. What made you choose that?
My wife's Welsh.
Were really worried, weren't you?
Yes, really, weren't you?
Yes. I have this dreadful desire for a baby, though, which complicates things. That's why I forget to take pills, I think. You don't have that problem.
No. Having had a quick glance at the human condition, the idea of inflicting it on anyone unnecessarily strikes me as bordering on the sadistic. That was a terrific meal.
Good. Your wife a good cook, was she?
Ellen? She couldn't cook cuppa soup. Her idea of exotic cooking was sprinkling Parmesan cheese on spaghetti hoops. Why'd you mention Ellen?
Is she the one who's been sleeping in Miss Havisham's room?
Yes.
You are divorced.
Oh, till death do us part, but we do seem to go in for a bit of Burton and tailoring now and then.
I see.
Well, nothing happens. I mean, it is of no significance. She just misses slagging me off, so every now and again she pops round for an omnibus edition. Don't you ever see David?
Good God, no. Well, it's late. I guess we ought to get to bed.
Yes, I'll just clear the table. I do hate to leave things untidy.
Oh, by the way, Philip, there's something I forgot to mention.
What was that?
I left my makeup bag at the airport.